Hi, so I'm Ellie. I am a UK cosplayer and I have been cosplaying since 2017. So, what is cosplay? The definition in the Oxford Dictionary is that cosplay is the practice of dressing up as a character from a film, book, or video game. However, cosplay is not just about being the most accurate representation of each character. It's just about having fun, meeting new people, and celebrating pop culture together. It's not about who has the best cosplay or who's made the entire thing from scratch. It's just a great community that's about confidence, acceptance, positivity, and a place to just escape from the stresses from the real world. So what I do, I cosplay a variety of different characters from films, books, TV programs, comics, games, all sorts. I make and buy my cosplays. This means that some cosplays I will completely make from scratch. Some cosplays I will buy the whole thing. Sometimes I do a mixture, so I'll buy some items and then just dress it and paint it or sew it in different ways to make it my own. I just like to go with a balance between affordable and accuracy. If something's going to cost lots of money and not look that accurate, then and I think I can make one that will look more accurate, then I will do that. But equally, if what I make isn't as good as what I can buy for £50, then I'll go and buy one instead. I also style my own wigs and do my own makeup. So, as you can see in the 3 photos on the screen, they've each got different makeup looks and different wigs, and they're all in different styles. And this means that even if I've bought a cosplay, I can still make it my own by using makeup and the wigs to do that. So one thing that I really love doing with cosplay is going to Comic-Cons. Comic-Cons are absolutely massive events, and it's just a massive convention full of pop culture, TV programs, films, games, anime, manga, just art, all sorts. It's absolutely jam-packed. This year, 2020, I was actually due to go to 17 Comic-Cons. However, that didn't quite work out because of COVID. So I actually went to one, and that was in Liverpool. Comic-Con is a great place to just meet people who are like-minded. So I meet up with all of my friends there, and we're all dressed up and taking photos and just having a really good time. Another thing that I do is I do lots of photo shoots. So at Comic-Cons, even though there's lots of photographers around, you can't always get the best photo to suit your cosplay because there might be like stores in the background or fast food. So photo shoots are a great way to get more professional looking photos. This can be studio shoots or location shoots, and it's a great time so you can do multiple different cosplays and different looks. For example, I did a witch cosplay for Halloween the other day, and we went to a pumpkin patch. And finally, social media is a massive part of what I do. It's where I showcase pretty much all of my work and where I can also connect and interact with other people who are interested in pop culture and cosplay. So, who do I cosplay? I cosplay a variety of different characters, like I said, from books, film, TV, all sorts. So I do a lot of DC characters such as Harley Quinn or Poison Ivy. Marvel, so my Venom cosplay is in the middle there. I also do lots of Disney, so there's Vanellope on the screen from Wreck-It Ralph, and I've also got Cinderella and Snow White. But I also like to mix it up sometimes and cosplay some horror characters. So in the bottom corner, you can see Samara, which is the creepy character from The Ring. And you've also may have seen in the other slide that I cosplay Pennywise. So one great thing about cosplay is that there's always multiple versions that you can do. So for example, for Harley Quinn, on the screen at the moment is Bride Harley, but then there's also Suicide Squad Harley, comic books Harley, like there's so many variants. So I have done far too many Harley Quinn cosplays. I like to think that she's kind of my speciality cosplay. But really, when I choose who I cosplay, I just find characters that I really like, or I can connect with, or I particularly like that one outfit. And it's just choosing what I'm passionate about, really. So social media, I'm going to go into a bit more detail about. So I started my Instagram account in 2019, and I was very lucky that it grew so fast, and it actually got 10,000 followers within the first year. So when I started my page, my main goal was literally just to make friends. And I have definitely achieved that. I have more friends than I could even list from my Instagram page. Instagram is my favourite social media just because it suits my preferences. I like taking photos, and I use hashtags to be seen from other people who aren't necessarily following me but are interested in the things that I'm interested in. So I completely taught myself how to use Instagram myself. You don't have to be any kind of tech genius. I just basically copied what all the other cosplayers were doing in terms of posting and hashtags, and I've learnt from that over the years. I also have a Facebook page. This is linked to my Instagram in the fact that when I post on Instagram, it also posts automatically on Facebook. I don't focus on Facebook as much because to me it doesn't do as well, but that's just a personal preference. I know people who find that they get a much better reach on Facebook. But one thing I do like about Facebook is that I can share relevant posts. So one evening when I'm just scrolling through Facebook, I see something that's interesting and that my followers might be interested in, and I can share that to my page so they can see it as well. So I've also got a YouTube channel. This started because I was just interested in what a time-lapse video would look like of me getting into cosplay. And I did it and I thought it was really interesting, so I just posted it, and then it started to be a habit that every time I got into cosplay I'd do a time lapse and I'd post it, not really trying to become like YouTube famous or anything like that, just as a bit of an extra thing to put out there. This has led to me doing a few tutorials and also some reviewing videos, one of which apparently has got 700 plus views, which I didn't know about because, like I said, I don't really focus on it as a big like promotion thing. It's more just something extra that I like to do. So TikTok is a really fun platform, especially for cosplayers. You can basically post videos lip syncing to songs or clips from scenes, so that's great for cosplayers because if you're cosplaying Harley Quinn, you can put a clip of Harley Quinn so it's her voice and not yours, and it's just fun to play around with, and there's so many creative people on the platform. I also have a website, and this is mainly set up so all of my links and some photos and stuff are all in one place. It also has my upcoming events on, which has been pretty empty this year because I've not gone to many places because of COVID. But then I've also got a blog section on there. So when I feel particularly inspired, I can write a little thing and put it on. With no pressure. I don't have to upload every month or whatever. I just do it as I feel. And I also like to feature other cosplayers and photographers on my blog as well. So cosplay makeup is a massive part of cosplay for me. I absolutely love it. I've always enjoyed makeup, but in the last few years I've really improved, I think. So one thing I love about doing cosplay makeup is creativity. It can allow me to really put a twist on a character. So at the top, you'll see a Harley Quinn inspired clown makeup look, which is a bit random, but it's so much fun, and that is one of my favourite looks I've done. Special effects or SFX makeup is another really fun part of the makeup for me, and it kind of allows you to make fake scars, and use fake blood or prosthetics and contact lenses, and it's really great for horror characters, especially because you can get a bit gruesome, and I'm really excited to just keep learning about different techniques, to be honest. And then also I just use makeup just to kind of perfect the overall look of each cosplay. Even if a character doesn't necessarily look like they've got makeup on, especially in film and TV, the likelihood is that they definitely have, because of like filming and stuff. So using makeup just allows the finish to look good, especially on cameras as well. But overall, I think I've really improved my makeup in the last few years. And in fact, the other day I was announced to be one of the runner-ups in an MUA competition. MUA is makeup artist, so obviously I was really happy because I've not been trained or anything in makeup. So I was really glad to be in the top 8 in that particular competition. So here are some of my favourite makeup looks that I've done. They're a bit more creative, ranging from the Grinch in the middle row, which I was just experimenting with face paint last year at Christmas. I've also done a drag queen inspired look, which is on the bottom row, and then also a cartoon style in the corner. I love just using different techniques and different styles to just keep challenging myself to see what I can do, really. So what got me into cosplay? I first heard about cosplay on a popular show called The Big Bang Theory. I'd never heard of it before then, but obviously it was kind of a geeky show and they were showing what geeks do. One thing is cosplay and Comic-Con. And then I watched Suicide Squad for the first time at the midnight release, and I absolutely loved it, especially Harley Quinn. And from then on, I was just geek obsessed. I was watching superhero films and TV programs, and I was buying comics and graphic novels and really getting involved. And I just absolutely loved it. So I started following some cosplayers on Instagram, and I really got inspired by them, and I went to my first Comic-Con in 2017. So in the picture on the left is me in 2017. I decided to cosplay Killer Frost from the Flash TV program. And then there's also a side-by-side of that character now. So as you can see, well, I would like to say that I have improved quite a lot on my cosplay skills. The cosplay was a mixture of bought items and then painting them, and my techniques were not very good because that was my first time, but I've improved a lot, and I know that if I tried to do that again, I would really do it a lot differently. But I kept going to a few Comic-Cons, but I'd have to drag my boyfriend along and he was busy, so I decided that I wanted to make some of my own cosplay friends. And the best way for me to do this was to set up my Instagram account. So early 2019, I set up my account. And in March was my first Comic-Con with all my new friends. And I had the absolute best day of just hanging out with cosplayers and people who loved what I love. And I've never turned back since. So where do I get my inspiration from? Obviously, the films, TV, games where the original characters come from. That's quite obvious. But then I also really use social media. So you've got designers, artists, MUAs, other cosplayers. Everyone is just so talented and creative, and you can just really draw from that and be inspired. My friends are also a massive inspiration to me. Obviously, they are hugely talented, but we also do a lot of cosplay groups together. So this could be that my friend Becky might say, oh, I'm going to cosplay this character from St. Trinian's. And I'll be like, oh, I could do one from St. Trinian's, and we could do a massive group. So we've got a group of 15 of cosplay friends all doing separate characters from St. Trinian's to do a giant St. Trinian's group. And it's just so much fun, and we've got so many cosplay groups like that. And then finally, shops. Even if I'm just going to the supermarket, I'll be constantly looking around, especially with Halloween. It was great. For fabrics, clothes, props, even like artwork, whatever is there, I just always am looking out for some inspiration. For example, I was charity shopping and I found a stripy blazer, and that led me to do a Beetlejuice cosplay. So what has cosplay done for me? It has changed my life massively in so many ways, but I'm going to go into detail about them a bit more. So as I keep mentioning, my friends, I have so many friends that I've met through cosplay, and it's been absolutely insane. They're all over the world because obviously it's through social media. And it's like my friends, they're all so different, and I would not have met them without cosplay. For example, my friend Andy, who's one of my closest friends, he's 10 years older than me, and he's a web designer from Manchester, which is 3 hours away. So there is no chance that I would have met him if it wasn't for cosplay. And he is one of the most talented people I've ever met, and he helps me out so much. And I am forever grateful for cosplay that I've met him. But also, me and my partner are actually looking at moving at some point soon due to job searches. And I'm really lucky because no matter where we move, I will probably have a friend relatively close by because of cosplay, because everyone is just all over the country, all over the world. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So obviously I couldn't talk about my friends this much without mentioning a few of them. So here are just literally a handful of some of my really talented cosplay friends. And hopefully you'll get a copy of this presentation, and maybe you could go and check some of them out and see what we do. So cosplay has just given me so much confidence. I used to be so shy. I rarely talked to anyone that I didn't know. And now I'm doing things that I absolutely never thought I would have done. This presentation being one of them. The thought of this a few years ago would have absolutely petrified me. But yeah, cosplay has just taught me that everyone is amazing. We're all so talented. It doesn't matter about gender, size, religion, race, any of that. Everyone is fabulous. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. The first time I went to Comic-Con and stayed with my friends, I actually just had to call my mum and tell her how amazing it was, because I'd never experienced anything like it before. So obviously, as this is about how to build a business from pop culture, the potential business opportunities that I have had from cosplay have been great. So I now have set up my own Instagram page for wig styling. This is called Weirdo Wigs by Ellie. And I basically commission wigs. So if someone can't find a wig that's right for them, I will choose a wig, style it, cut it, dye it to match exactly what they want. I also have an Etsy store where I sell hair accessories for one of my cosplays. When I first started my Suicide Squad Harley cosplay, I couldn't find any affordable yet screen accurate haircuffs, which are the red and blue things in the picture. So I learned how to make them myself, and I now sell them on my Etsy, so they are readily available for other cosplayers in the UK. I also hope to sell prints in the future of my cosplays as a little extra source of income. And the final business thing that I have been given from cosplay is influencer opportunities. Because of my quite high follower count, companies will often send me some products, or they'll give me a discount code to promote their products. So I've had free contact lenses, wigs, cosplays, fake eyelashes, even sportswear that I obviously promote if I like it, or I give them a review, or I could do a YouTube video about them. And then, I often get a discount code for people to use so my followers can save money. And then also I get a press or a creator pass, which you can see in the video in the picture, to Comic-Cons. So that means that I can go to lots of Comic-Cons without having to pay every time. Because in doing this, I can obviously promote their event to my followers. So, cosplay has also given me just absolutely insane opportunities that I can't even get my head around. So I've been a cosplay guest at Comic-Cons, and that has meant that I judged the cosplay competition, which was just so much fun to do. I was so fortunate, and I was invited to be a cosplayer at the Birds of Prey world premiere in London, and I met Margot Robbie, which is Harley Quinn herself, and that was an absolute dream come true. I still can't believe that it even happened. I also have made people's day quite a lot. So I've had a photo shoot in a local park, and the girls ran up to me and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe I've met the real Cinderella." And that's just made her day, and obviously that puts a smile on my face. I've met lots of celebrity guests at Comic-Cons. A lot of Comic-Cons have panels or guests that you can get their photos or autographs from. And I've met some people from Arrow, Superman, Gotham. I've also seen Billie Piper, which was amazing. I've also got the opportunity to dress up as a Star Wars character for the Odeon cinemas, and on the opening night of Star Wars, I got to welcome in the guests, and they could take photos of me and my friends, and that was just so much fun because there was such an amazing energy as they were so excited to see the film. Recently, I have been contacted about being an extra in a new CBBC programme, which will be so amazing because obviously that's not my industry, so to see behind the scenes will just be so much fun. And I've had to actually add to my notes in the past night, because last night I was told that I was going to be featured in Prestige Models magazine for one of my cosplays, so that is so much fun. So thank you for watching. These are my social medias. I hope you enjoyed it, and now I'd like to ask if there are any questions.